Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have changed my name. I went by Bonnie Lynn before. My middle name is Lynn, but I decided that I didn't want to use my real first name because I've never done YouTube before and it was just kind of weird. I wanted to kind of stay anonymous, but I've changed to JL Ringer because I'm also an author and I will probably be releasing some books pretty quickly that will have the name JL Ringer on them, and I thought, you know what, I should probably use that for my YouTube channel as well. So I'm going to leave it as JL Ringer on my YouTube channel, and I will discuss those books sometime before I release them. So today I am going to just be doing some little reviews. I have some new items, or new to me. They're not new items. They're not new releases, I'll put it that way. I bought them during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I just wanted to share them with you and share my thoughts with them. The first thing are Dose of Colors. I bought 4 different liquid lipsticks. So I'm going to share my review on those, and I've got some swatches for you for those. I also got the Venus 2 palette from Lime Crime. I know it's a little bit controversial. It's a beautiful palette, and I'm wearing it right now, and I'm also wearing the lipstick color Truffle. So if you want my thoughts on this, stay tuned. And then I'm also going to tell you my thoughts. I'm not actually wearing it because I don't like it, but I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. Not really crazy about it. I'll tell you all about that. So if you want to learn a little bit more about these products and see my thoughts on them, then stick with me. My face is primed, and I'm going to start out by using Makeup Revolution, and this is the foundation stick, and I have it in F1 and F4, and those are both neutral shades. This comes in 18 different shades. It's $9 each. I actually bought them at Ulta. They do the buy one get one half off quite a bit, so you can get them even less expensive. I've been using these products for about I don't know, 4 months now. This one is F1, so this is the lightest shade that they have. And it's that lighter one right there. And that is for fair neutral skin, and this one is more for light neutral skin. When I mix them together, they make the perfect color for me. I like to take the F4, the deeper shade, and I put it in the areas where I would bronze. I'll still use a bronzer, obviously, but I like to put it around the peripheral of my face just because I have a very long face, and that kind of helps to widen it. And then I take the lighter shade, which is F1, and I put it in all the areas that I like to brighten. And keep in mind, you don't need a whole lot of this. This stuff is full coverage. It has a satin finish, but it kind of verges a little bit more on the dewy side, which I love, especially if you have dry skin. I think this is a great foundation stick. I like to use a brush to apply it, and I'm using my IT Luxe brush. It's a foundation brush, extremely dense. It works really well for foundations that are thicker like this one. I start in the middle of my face and I rub it out. Let's pretend I didn't say that. I buff it in. I'm buffing it. Now, what I've noticed about this foundation is it offers good coverage and it doesn't cling to my dry patches. I do like to set it though, just to make it last all day. If I don't set it, it will transfer because it has a little bit more of a dewy finish. But if I set it, I can easily get 8 hours of wear from it. And it has a really nice finish. It's a little more skin-like than my Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is my holy grail. It's the one that I always wear when I want to look flawless. I would say it doesn't last quite as long as the Estee Lauder. I would say the coverage is comparable to the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have a lot of redness on my face. It does a great job of covering redness. Super easy to apply. I mean, literally, you're just drawing it on your face and then buffing it out. So I would say it's probably even easier to apply than the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I also I don't feel the need to go back over it with a beauty blender. I feel like I need to do that with the Estee Lauder Double Wear just to give it more of a skin-like finish. And this one just doesn't need that. I mean, you can buff it in and then set it with your choice of powder. You can use a setting powder or a finishing powder. I find that both of them work really well. Use a setting powder if you want to get rid of any of the dewiness, any of the satin finish. You want more of a matte finish. Use a finishing powder if you just want to kind of set it, get it to last all day, but still keep a little bit of that satin look to it. I would say that of all my foundations, and I have about 10 of them, this is my second favorite. My first favorite being the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I find that this does not de-emphasize pores and it doesn't de-emphasize fine lines, but it also doesn't emphasize them. So what I like to do is go over it with a finishing powder and then that kind of blurs out all my fine lines and my pores and gives that flawless look with still having that skin-like texture from the foundation and the good coverage. Okay, that looks gorgeous. So I'm going to put some primer on my eyes and I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow palette, which we all know is my favorite part of doing my makeup. I'll be using the Venus 2 by Lime Crime. I know that they have a lot of controversy around them. My understanding is that the CEO is new to the company, and so the person who a lot of that controversy was revolving around is now no longer with the company. I bought this because I've heard amazing things about their formula. It was also half price at Ulta when they had the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I just really wanted to try the formula, and I will say it is a really nice formula. I don't know that it's any better than any of my other good formulas like Anastasia Beverly Hills, Lorac, Urban Decay. I would say that it's comparable. I would actually probably compare it mostly to Urban Decay because it's a stiffer formula. So you don't get a whole lot of powder and kick up with it. So it's not a very powdery formula, which is nice. It means that these are going to last me forever. I bought this one, the Venus 2, because I don't have colors like this in my collection. I'm trying to be better about curating my collection and only adding new items that are unique to my collection. And this Cornflower Blue, I have nothing like it. I have nothing like this, and it's gorgeous. I think can't really see these colors. This is a gorgeous duochrome. It's kind of almost like a brownish burgundy, and it goes to green. This is just a gorgeous olive green. And then this is an interesting black because it's got all these beautiful sparkles in it, different colors like blue and red and green, and it's just gorgeous. And then I do have some of these colors. This mustard one, I don't think I have anything like it. It's beautiful. I love using it as a transition shade. And then of course I do have similar shades to these three in my collection, but these are a really nice, firm, and a dense formula, and they blend out really well. I also don't go on too pigmented at first, so you can blend them out pretty easily. So I'm just going to throw together a quick eye look, probably something a little bit warm with this because this is mostly a warm palette other than that pop of blue. So I have primed my eyes and I put a setting powder over it just so everything blends easily. First color I'm going to go in with is Mustard. Go figured, it's called Mustard. And I'm going to put that in as a transition shade. So I'm just going to put that in my crease. It's really a nice subtle shade that's very buildable. And you can see there's just no kick up. If you look at that color, I've dipped into it twice and there's just nothing. And yet you still get that beautiful color on the eye. I'm going to go in with that orange next. I'm going to put that a little bit lower into my crease. I'm just using my Morphe M433 to do that. This is a great orange that I'm looking forward to wearing on Halloween. You can see how that just added a nice little bit of extra depth to that color, that mustard color. I'm going to take the same brush that I used the mustard color with, and I'm just going to kind of blow that up into my crease. Using that same brush, the Morphe brush, I'm going to take that, the mud color, which is kind of that red-brown, and I'm going to put that low in my crease as well. Reminds me of Oklahoma dirt. I grew up in Oklahoma, and we have a lot of, I guess, iron in the soil, and so it turns the soil a really pretty rust color, kind of a, you know, that reddish brown rusty color. It's just really pretty. And this color kind of reminds me of the Oklahoma dirt. If I ever make an eyeshadow palette, I'm totally naming a color Oklahoma dirt. I'm going to take a finer brush, kind of a fine-tipped brush, and I'm going to dip into that same mud color, and I'm just going to put that in the corner of my eye to kind of deepen it up. And I'm also going to pull it just a little bit higher into my crease. Creates a little bit of a smoky eye effect without being too dramatic. So I just want to put it on the very 1/3 outside of my eye and up into that 1/3 of the crease. And then I'm going to take my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. I like to do all of my matte colors first, so that way I don't end up with shimmer everywhere. There's nothing that annoys me more than having just shimmer end up all over my eye, all over my matte shades. It's just too much. If I was 20, I wouldn't care, but you know, I'm 40, so It's just too much. I love shimmer, but I don't want it everywhere. See how nicely these blend out? They don't muddy. I mean, I can still differentiate between the 3 shades that I applied. And I think that's one of the reasons people love these Lime Crime eyeshadows so much, even with all the controversy going on, is that they blend so well. And like I said, they don't muddy. I'm going to take the shimmer shade that is Fly. It's this shade right here. I'm gonna wet my brush and I'm just gonna apply that on the 2/3 from the inside of my eye to the outside of my eye. But I'm gonna leave, you know, this area uncovered, and I think I'll probably add a different shimmer to that area. All right, I just have a flat shader brush and I'm gonna spray it with my Fix Plus. Gonna dip it in there. I'm gonna pat it on. Now these shimmers are not foiled, so if you are a foiled person like me, I love foiled eyeshadows. I can appreciate a nice shimmer, and I like this. I think it's nice, but it's not foiled. So if you have to have foiled eyeshadows in your palettes, kind of one of those people who loves foiled, then this palette may not be for you. See, that's a nice shimmer, and it's definitely metallic, but it doesn't shine the way my Jouer foiled ones do, and it doesn't shimmer the way my Urban Decay foiled shadows do, but it's still gorgeous. It's extremely opaque, and it lasts really well. So I'm not complaining. I think it's beautiful. I'm gonna take the color Pigeon. This is the duochrome color. This shifts from kind of that burgundy reddish color to a green color. I'm not going to wet my brush. I'm going to see how it goes, but I'm going to dip in there and I'm going to apply that to the 2/3 outer corner of my eye. Yeah, that's looking good. Even without having to wet my brush, it looks nice and opaque. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's a nice color. And I think I said this, but I've used this palette 4 times. And I have not noticed much fading. I would say after the 10-hour mark, definitely there's some fading, but this lasts a good 8 hours without having too much creasing or fading. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna take my blending brush and I'm going to just blend those 2 shades together. I'm gonna put one more coat on just to really make it nice and deep. So the next step is to use the Revolution Conceal and Define. This is a really, really popular concealer, and I hate it. I don't like it at all. It's extremely matte. If you have dry skin, then it's going to mattify a lot on you. It's really going to accentuate fine lines, and it's going to cling to any dry patches that you have. So if you have skin like mine, I really don't recommend this. I've tried this about 3 times, and I have hated it every single time. I'm sorry, Makeup Revolution. I love your stick foundations. They're amazing, but this just does not work for me. It's too mattifying. You know, if you like Tarte Shape Tape, then this will probably be amazing. You'll probably love it. It's just, I like creamier consistencies, and I like just something more hydrating that blends a little better. And I really had issues even with blending this as well. So I'm not using that. I'm going to use my tried and true Origins Plantscriptions Anti-Aging Concealer, which is, I don't know if I call it a holy grail, but it's a favorite. It's extremely blendable. I use the color 01 Light, and it's a great shade match, and it just lasts forever, and it blends beautifully, and it's creamy, and it doesn't crease, and it doesn't cling to dry spots. And I know people don't talk about Origins very much, and I think a lot of that is just because they don't send out a whole lot of PR to beauty gurus. But I'll tell you what, I have been using this for years, and I just have not found anything that I like better yet. So what I like to do is I'm going to do my eyebrows next. I like to let that kind of dry so that when I blend it in, it is a little bit thicker and it covers a little bit better. So I'm going to go and do my eyebrows, and I'll be back in just a minute. I like to use my Beauty Blender, and I just get in there and use it to kind of clean up my eyeshadow and under my eyes. Gives a nice crisp line to my eyeshadow. Okay, I've got eyeliner on and mascara, and I put the rest of my makeup on. I bought some Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, And I bought it in Truffle and Stone, and I also got Rosebud and Bear With Me. I'm actually thinking about taking Rosebud and Bear With Me back. They're a little bit too light for me. I don't really like wearing liquid lipsticks that are lighter than my lip color, and those are, but the Stone and the Truffle are amazing. I'm going to swatch all those for you. I am going to wear Truffle today though. That's kind of more of a pinky brown. I think it'll go well with this eye look. This is just a gorgeous nude color. I really like the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. My holy grail is Physicians Formula liquid lipsticks. Those are so comfortable that I can wear them for 6 to 7 hours and I never feel the need to put lip gloss or a moisturizing lipstick over them. These I can wear for about 4 hours before my lips start feeling really dry. So they're definitely drier feeling than the Physicians Formula. I would put them probably on par with like Anastasia Beverly Hills. And they are beautiful. The thing that sets the Dose of Colors apart, in my opinion, is that they come in the absolute most beautiful colors of any liquid lipsticks. And that's why I'll probably continue to buy them, because they just really have an outstanding color range. You can buy these at Ulta for $18. I bought them during the Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty and they were half price, so they were like $9, which is a really great buy, and I grabbed a bunch of them so I could try out some different colors. Two of their cult classics are the Stone and the Truffle, and the Stone is more of a mauve nude color, and they are just spectacular. I really love them. I wear them at least once a week, each of them, maybe even twice a week. The only reason I probably don't wear them every day is because they're just a little bit more drying. Okay, I'm gonna go do my hair and I'll be right back. This is the final look. I think it turned out really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these Dose of Colors for you, these lippies. And this is Truffle right here. That's Truffle, and that's kind of the pinky brown, and then that's the mauve color, and that is Stone, and that both of these colors are super popular and they're absolutely gorgeous. Hope you can tell the difference. I'm using natural light, so that means that sometimes it can be a little washed out. I apologize for that. The next colors I'm going to swatch are Bear With Me and Rosebud. This is Rosebud, and it's just kind of a pink color with a lavender undertone. And then this one is Bear With Me, and it is a peach color. And they look beautiful. I mean, when I swatch them, they look absolutely gorgeous. But when I put them on my lips, they just kind of disappear. And I guess it's because of my skin tone. They really just don't look that great. So I'm probably going to try them again just to make sure I don't like them. But I think there's a good chance that they're going to go back to Ulta. The formula is consistent throughout. I haven't noticed any difference in the formulas. It is a good formula. It will dry your lips out. It is, you know, my holy grail is Physician Formula. And the Dose of Colors lippies will, after about 4 to 5 hours, I feel compelled to put chapstick or some sort of hydrating lipstick on, or a lip gloss, just because it just gets to be too much. Whereas a Physicians Formula, I can go 7 hours and not feel the need to do that. They don't transfer. It does last all day. If you can handle that kind of drying feeling, you know, you could easily get 8 hours of wear out of this. And like I said, the colors are gorgeous. They're the kind of colors that I think of as the Instagram colors. They're those beautiful mauve colors, those gorgeous pinky nude colors, peachy nude colors. This is the really popular colors that everybody wears on Instagram. That's what Dose of Colors excels at. I mean, they have spectacular colors. So if you are looking for a beautiful wide range of like Instagram colors, Dose of Colors is where you should go. And like I said, I do like the formula. It just is a little bit drying. Makeup Revolution foundation sticks. Love these. So my holy grail, like I said, is Estee Lauder Double Wear. And these are my second favorite. And this is what I want to wear when I just want more of a skin-like finish. They're extremely full coverage. Don't put too much of them on, because if you wear too much, it gets very cakey. So you don't need a whole lot of product, which is good because you don't get a whole lot of product. Like, I have probably used this 10 times. That's how much I have left of it. And let's see, how much product do you get? You get 0.21 ounces of product, but they're not very expensive. You can always find them on sale for buy one, get one half off, which brings the price down quite a bit. And I really, really enjoy these, and I recommend them. If you have dry skin, if you like the ease of stick foundations, if you like full coverage, if you're okay with setting it with a powder, a setting powder will make it more of a matte finish, whereas a finishing powder will make it more just last all day without changing the finish too much. And then another thing to consider though is this doesn't really blur pores or fine lines, but doesn't accentuate them either. And so I put on a finishing powder that helps to blur and just to kind of make my fine lines look less pronounced. And it's perfect. I mean, this is perfect. I love these. I've been wearing it every day this week. I enjoy these so much. So I recommend try them, give them a go. If you can find your shade match, and if you can't, you can always mix them. They're not that expensive. Venus 2. I recommend trying it if one of the color stories speaks to you. It's a very serviceable palette. I really enjoy these colors. I don't have anything like them in my collection, and they're very firm. I mean, you can see my eye look. It's beautiful. I would definitely recommend these, but only because I'm really big on curating right now. Only if, you know, some of these colors speak to you. You're going to get comparable results to any of the really good formulas like the Lorac and the Anastasia. I would say the formula is better than Tarte and it's better than ColourPop, but the price point is a little expensive. You know, I think it's like $34 and you're only getting 8 pans, but I got it for half off, and so to me it was worth it. And I'm glad I got it, and I'm glad I tried it, and I know I'm going to use it a lot. I'm going to get a lot of use out of it, so I'm happy. And last but not least, the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I hate it. It's not for me. You know, I have never bought the Shape Tape because somebody said it was, well, it smells like paint thinner, and it's extremely thick and it's matte and it's drying, and I knew I wouldn't like it. And I have a feeling that this is probably kind of similar to it because it's very matte and it's very drying and it clings to my dry patches, and I cannot for the life of me get it to blend out. And when I do finally get it kind of blended out, it's like I can see the edge of it, and maybe that's just because it's a bad color match. I don't know. I got it in C1. That's C1. Color match wasn't terrible, but I tell you what, I did not like it. I don't plan on using it or keeping it. I'll probably give it to my sister or my mom and see if maybe they enjoy it. My sister has oily skin. She may love it. If you have oily skin, you may love this too, but with someone with dry skin and mature skin and fine lines under my eyes, no, just no. Okay, that's it for today. I want to thank you for joining me. Haven't done a video in so long. It's kind of weird trying to get back into the groove of things, but just thanks for joining me, and I hope that this was helpful to you. Leave a comment below. I'd love to chat with you about makeup. I mean, that's the whole reason that I'm doing YouTube, is because I don't really have any friends or family who loves makeup as much as I do, so I love to talk to people in the comments and just talk about our makeup preferences and what we enjoy. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.